So let's talk about, you know, learning to love yourself is a journey. And I will
Mm-hmm.
just start with this and then let you uh, take the show. When I spiritually awoke, which was 2012, and then I think it was like 2016 or 17, I ran into a girlfriend of mine and who I knew from grade school, and she makes my jewelry, you know.
So pretty. Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And she made me this, which is rose
Hmm.
quartz. And I have the earrings.
Yes.
I'm just not wearing the earrings today because these are better for channeling my stone. Um, but rose quartz is about self love, helps you manifest self love. And so I'm just going to give that one tip just to get us started, that if you're struggling with self love like I was, get yourself self love crystal. It could be a bracelet, right? It can be a necklace, earrings. It could be a rock that you just put in your pocket. There you go, right? Not wearing mine today. So, so tell me what you think. This is a great topic.
It is. And it's something that I I think I realized it was a challenge for people, but I didn't realize the magnitude
Mm-hmm.
until I did I hosted a self care challenge. I think you probably remember back in February, and I'm being led to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
What I found when I decided to host that, really, it was a calling, right? I mean, I had the idea, but obviously, Spirit gave me the idea because it was so needed. And what I found was as soon as I announced it, people were just jumping on to come be in this self love challenge. And I was grateful to have so many women in that space. And at the same time, it it affected me because I realized then, wow, people in general, I was working with just women, but I know this goes across the board. People have a difficult time not only loving themselves, but taking time for themselves, doing the things that show your self love. We can say, I love myself all day long. And while that may be true, what would happen if, Jodi, if I told you, I love you, I love you, I love you, but I never spent time with you? I never spoke to you on the phone. I never went and had lunch with you or grabbed a coffee or was there for you when you needed support.
It would be empty for me.
Exactly. You would have a hard time truly believing that I loved you if I wasn't showing that in some sort of demonstrative way on the outside.
Even a small way, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and that was one of the big reasons, Michelle. Uh, okay, I guess I'm supposed to just out it. You know, still needs to be cleared, apparently. My sister, which is why it's so important to have you as my sister. I went to undergrad at DePaul University, well, the second half, and it's downtown Chicago. So I would get off the train and I would walk to DePaul University. And you didn't do that without walking past Sears Tower, which is now Willis Tower, which is where my sister worked. And so I had to walk there and I had to walk back. And over the years that I went to school, she never found one time to have lunch or dinner with me, or even a cup of coffee. And that takes its toll on
Mhm.
your psyche about whether or not you're loved. And so what I'm going to tell you, if you have those people, say goodbye. Because so I was finding my self-worth through her lens, which was not a very good lens.
Right.
Thanks, Leslie.
And you know what that also says is likely she struggled or struggles with self-love as well.
She does.
Yeah.
I know that. But I mean, we're talking 3.5 years of walking back and forth. You could have said yes once. Yeah. At least once.
You know, this brings up a really interesting point, and it's synchronicities. And so I feel like this is meant to be said now because you brought this up, and I was just dealing with, well, two different things in two different families. And I was led to speak out that just because you have either adoption papers that say you belong to a certain family or you have the same blood in your body that says you are the same family does not mean that that family gets a special card to abuse you, to treat you any way they want, to discard you, to be toxic with you. We are placed there and we choose to be there to learn lessons. It doesn't mean we have to stay there after those lessons are learned. That goes for any relationship, but I think a lot of times people have a difficult time doing what you just said, let them go, because they are, quote, family. And we feel like we have some sort of obligation. But here's the thing. If a friend who is not blood started doing if I did that to you, if I worked in the Sears Willis Tower and for 3.5 years you walked by and I didn't take the time to at least come down, meet you in the lobby and give you a hug at very least, you would say, bye, Michelle. You are not the friend I thought you were. You're not the kind of person I want in my life because you don't have time for me. And that may be something that's going on in your life, and that's completely fine. But I need more. I want more. I deserve more. I deserve better. And that's exactly what we can and should do to, quote, family if we are being treated poorly and it cannot be resolved. I'll say that. You know, if we try to have the conversation, if we try to resolve it, if we try to be open and honest and bring in the line, you know, open up the lines of communication, if we try to do that and it just doesn't work and the pattern continues, there is no reason that we have to hold on. That's a lack of self-love if we do hold on and we take the abuse and we become a victim, because we are not victims.
No,
we are not victims.
And I don't have much tolerance for that crap.
No. And it's a lack of self-love if we stay in a place where we are abused or treated in certain ways that we do not appreciate, that we do not accept, and we stay because of the relationship. And the bottom line is, what kind of relationship is it if you're being treated that way anyway?